Hi. So this is just going to be another episode of free therapy where I just whine and complain and reveal too much personal information about my life. Yay! So I did recently return back to therapy after taking a break for a few months. I want to say 2-3 months because I didn't have insurance. I kind of explained in my other free therapy video. But like honestly, I need to be in therapy probably at least every 2 weeks. I had been going only every month, but I'm thinking I need to go every 2-3 weeks, and I don't really have the time for that because my therapist is a little further away than before. So I'm thinking I'll do therapy and then I'll do this too. But I won't talk about everything in these videos, maybe just like half, and then the real super personal stuff I'll cover that in therapy because I need some kind of outlet. I mean, I don't feel like I can go around and talk to all of my online buddies about all my problems all the time because that would get really tiring and annoying. I always try to regulate my vents, who I vent to, who I talk to about what. Don't want to be too emotionally dependent on other people, and vlogging is a really good outlet because people don't have to watch it if they don't want to. I'm still talking and I'm still saying how I feel, and it's just good for everybody. I don't have to drive everyone insane with all of my problems. So, that being said, let's jump right into it. Where should I start? So, I had felt like I was doing really good for a while. When it came to like depression, anxiety, obsessive thoughts, or intrusive thoughts. But I kind of hit a rough patch again. After some forced interaction with my father, I had to take him to the doctor and drive him home, and I had to work with him on the car and things I didn't really want to do, but I needed to do them just because he's my dad, and that's what you do for your dad, right? It was very unpleasant. I'm an emotional sponge, so when other people are stressed out or other people are anxious, I can feel it, and I feel the same. I feel their feelings, and I get all like antsy, and I try my best to hide it. I try my best not to let them know that I feel that way. But I do. I couldn't even like drive. I was so like worked up within myself. He was just very critical of everything I was doing, and I was trying to be nice, and I'm not going to go into details of things that were said because I don't need to relive that. But needless to say, it was not very nice, and I felt really horrible, and only spending not even 3 hours with him total, I felt like my mind had reverted back to a very dark, painful place. I'm not blaming him for my problems. I'm not going to use the word trigger, but spending not even 3 hours with him, it was like everything was gone. All the good things were just gone. And I felt hopeless and helpless and despairing, and I had some really horrible thoughts. I had anxiety like the rest of the day. Like, I am a really sensitive person to the point where I have physical symptoms from my mental feelings. So it was really bad. And I felt really unhappy, and I'm still kind of like recovering from it. And like, he has no idea that I was even offended or hurt or anything, and someone might suggest, well, maybe I should just talk to him about it. That would just make things worse. Which brings me to the next thing. So I did talk about this a little bit in therapy, and I have like a pinched nerve in my back, and it's driving me crazy. We actually spoke about, like, what if we brought him into a therapy session, and I spoke to him about all of the times he ever did anything to make me feel bad or hurt me or things I remember. And I was just like, what? Like, that would probably not be a good idea. Like, my therapist encourages me to be, like, assertive with people, but when I have been assertive with people in the past, most of them just, like, leave and never talk to me again. And, like, I told her that, I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea, because, like, I've been assertive with him in the past, and all it did was make him angry and kick me out. And I've been assertive with, like, my friends in the past, and then they all just, like, blocked me and quit talking to me. So I'm like, I'm kind of nervous about talking to anyone about how I feel about anything. Usually I have to wait a long time too, because I don't want to confront anyone when I'm angry, because I have, like, the worst temper, like, ever. Anyways, so she kind of starts to explain to me, we all have a turtle shell, and the turtle shell protects our ego from being hurt. And we all have different levels of turtle shell. Like, some people might have layers and layers. Some people, it might just be like cracking an egg. Other people might have, like, freaking, I don't know, like that thing Frodo Baggins wears that protects him. I don't know. And she's like, before you confront someone about anything, you need to think about, like, how thick is their turtle shell? Like, how are they gonna take it? Are they gonna be angry? Are they gonna be hurt? Are they gonna be offended? Are they gonna be able to accept what you're saying and think about it and look at it from, like, a constructive point of view? Like, you kind of have to calculate that before you do anything. Another thing is, um, you don't really want to be friends with someone who doesn't have a good turtle shell, because that means they're not really a healthy person. And I'm like, well, I mean, people can build up their turtle shell. I used to not even have a turtle shell, and here I am, and I can sit in a car and get yelled at and criticized. I can have people tell me 100 things I've done wrong, and even though I feel like I'm perfect and I do everything perfect, I will still, like, listen to them and try to make it better. And she's just like, well, not everyone else is like you, Chelsea. You need to stop comparing yourself to other people, because everyone's, like, different. So anyways, the whole point of the whole turtle shell protecting your ego thing was I was supposed to calculate his turtle shell and how well he would take a confrontation like that, and we decided that it was a bad idea. So instead, I'm going to make a list of everything. I'm going to write a letter to him, but he's never going to see it. And she's just going to pretend to be him, and I'm going to write down everything that I would want him to reply with or want him to say, and we'll just pretend it. And then I can pretend that it actually happened. Yay, I'm deluding myself. And then when I get in these bad situations, I'll feel more at peace, and it shouldn't affect me as badly. I have a hard time believing that this will actually work, but I am willing to try it. And I'm thinking also, in the future, if other people do things that upset me and I know that they probably don't have a very good turtle shell, I won't actually confront them about anything. I'll just write them letters that I'll just end up burning. I don't know. It seems really strange to me, but I'm gonna try it. I mean, it might be really good. I mean, I don't know. It might really help me, or it might not help at all. But you know, it's worth a try. So the next thing that came into play, I was like, so I've been hearing some like really scary things from people about like what they've revealed in therapy and how it got people in trouble like years and years later. So I asked her, I'm like, like how does that work? Like, what can I tell you? What do you have to disclose to authorities? Like, how far back can this go? Where it will still affect someone? And she told me, she's like, Chelsea, you could come in here and tell me that you murdered someone yesterday, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. And I was just like, and I'm like, has anyone ever said that? And she wouldn't answer, and I'm like, okay, anyway, and then she said, but if you told me that you were going to kill someone, I would have to go and tell them and let them know that they might be in danger. And I'm like, okay. So what about things other people did like a million years ago? Could that incriminate them? And she's like, no, because you're an adult now, and it would be your choice whether or not you want to pursue any sort of justice for that or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so I'm still like kind of uneasy about it, but I can put things in there that happened in the past and not have to worry about anyone getting in trouble for it. So that might be, I don't know if I really trust that, but I want to. Um, so yeah, I'm still feeling kind of like depressed and I have a lot of anxiety. But I guess I've really started to realize that like being around people like that is a stressor for me. So I just need to try to avoid them and emotionally distance myself and just do everything I can to cope with it and avoid interaction. And if I get forced into an interaction, I just have to keep it cool. Um, it's okay afterward if I need to go cry or I need to be alone or do whatever I need to deal with how I'm feeling. That's totally fine. I do worry about complaining too much though, because I had this friend and like I would complain to her like all the time, and she would just be like, "Can't you just talk to your therapist about this?" And I'm like, So I'm kind of like uneasy about talking to my friends about anything or like boyfriend about anything. Um, because like I don't want to push people away with my problems and I don't want to become like emotionally dependent. Um, I'm kind of having a hard time because like I really miss my friends that have left, but I'm like not really sure if I should miss them. But like I do, and I have a lot of good memories and some bad memories, and I think about them every day, and I really miss them, but I don't think they miss me. Um, I think we had some problems understanding each other, and we were having a lot of personal problems, and we just weren't in a place where we could be friends anymore. And like it really hurts, and like I really miss them, and I'll never find anyone to ever replace what we had. I did reach out to one of my friends. I sent her a message on Facebook from another account. Kind of creepy, I know, but she hasn't seen it or replied, and I thought about pursuing it further, maybe trying to speak to her through a relative or another social media, like Twitter or something, but I'm like, I don't know. If someone like blocks you and unfollows you and like blocks your number, like obviously they don't ever want to talk to you again, so I kind of feel like a stalker, but at the same time, I'm like, why can't we just apologize to each other and like try to, I don't know, but I don't think it would ever be the same. So yeah, I'm insane. Shh, don't tell anyone. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to Crony Speak September 11th. It's a Sunday, so that'll be fun. I keep trying to find things to look forward to or be grateful for because I know that really helps in combating depression or negative thinking. I have 2 concerts I'm gonna go to. I just bought like a 17-karat orange topaz ring and I'm gonna wear it on my middle finger and it's gonna be fucking beautiful. I'm probably gonna see a very good friend of mine in October. There's a new Korn album coming out in October. What else is there? Well, there's always just days off where I don't have to work. Those are always nice to look forward to. Also, practicing gratitude can really help combat depression and negative thinking. So I'm really grateful for my mom and my Mojo cat and that I live here. I have a roof over my head. I have food. I can afford clothes. I can afford things I need. I can afford things I want. I mean, I'm not in another country just struggling to find water to drink that day. I have a car to drive. I have a job. I have my online friends. I have my offline acquaintances. I have really nice hair. Um, don't know. But I know I'll get through this. Everything will be fine. I just had like a 48-hour period of like despair and hopelessness, but I'm doing better now. Uh, okay. Thanks for listening if you listened. Bye.